tables are working. Ah. It's this one. One second, guys. Setting up the tables. Nope. This one, there you go. Table 4. We got this one here, which is also no, number 1. This one, there you go. And then even have table 5 right away. Got a lot of tables to start with. Perfect. Yeah. Let's stick with this one here. Cutoff opens. We're gonna defend king 3 suited. Flop top pair. Chat is working. Audio is working. Music hopefully works too. And let me write the announcement in Discord too. Twitch stream goes check check. Just gonna check this over. Top pair weak kicker. Flush completing turn. Let me take everybody. And now that it checks twice, we're gonna value bet the river. There we go. And we get raised. That's unfortunate. Interesting. Really, really large sizing. I think we just fold. Gonna have a 10 there. Sure, something's gonna bluff us, but that's fine. Table 2, we call the c-bet against a small sizing. And now we're gonna overbet the river after he checks behind on the turn. Pretty ideal candidate to do so. We're gonna have deuce 6, we're gonna have flushes. Yeah, and we see a fold. And let's go to the overview. There you go. We have 5 tables. Those 4 and then the 5th outer table here. Gonna open raise on table 1, the ace 10 offsuit. Announcement on the Twitch is there on YouTube. Let me double check if we're live everywhere. But I think it looks good. Yeah, Twitch is working. YouTube is not working yet. Why is YouTube not working? Let me double check why YouTube is. Ah no, we're live there. All good. 1 second, guys. Setting. All good. And table 1 here. Gonna start with a small c-bet against potentially recreational. YouTube is working. Twitch is working perfect. You get the turn king. Where we MP against big blind. Probably we wanna continue bluffing here. Fold out some weaker pairs, some 5x. Pot or 3/4 works both fine there. I go with pot bet sizing. And we take it down. This is a special table so they can see now that we're bluffing. Always create some fun dynamics. I really enjoy playing on these special tables. Table 3 is a normal table. We open raised and got 2 callers. Just gonna check it over on a low connected monotone board. JRR says moin moin, how are you doing, man? Good to see somebody tuning in already. Hope you had a good week so far, and hope you are enjoying the stream. Any questions, just let me know as always, guys. We're doing a bankroll challenge trying to get from 500 to 5k. We are at 940, I believe. Would be cool if we make it to 1k this session, so we can move up to 500 to 15L for next stream. Goes check here. Tempting to bluff, but I think we have a bit too much showdown value still on this run out. So I'm gonna check it over to him and snap check back from pocket force. We're ahead, but this river, like, I was not really getting to fold a flush there, I don't think. So just an unfortunate run out. And let's zoom out and see if we can get a 1-6 table going. Maybe just gonna go on the waiting list if I see a good one. So it looks decent. So let's hop on there. Also, in case some of these tables are breaking, just gonna get on some waiting list in the meantime. This looks like it's only reg, so maybe we'll skip this table. See if there's a better one. Table 5, blindy blind. Let's go with a 3-bet. We see a call. 10-7, 3 flop. Don't hate checking back, but with the 8 of hearts, loads of nice turns that we can barrel, so I don't mind starting with a bet. If we get raised, it's not like we fold out too much equity. Now we do just take it down. It's been a while since the last stream. Sorry guys, I was busy with real life stuff, or just grinding my normal stakes. But we're back. We're back in business. And hopefully we're gonna have a nice stream. We see a 4-bet jam here on table 2, blindy blind, I assume, which is a fine strat if you go a little bit larger. And oh, it's not a special table, so we don't get to see what he 4-bet jams, which is unfortunate. And let's see, table 2 with 8-4 suited, usually a close hand, but with antes, everything gets a little bit looser, a little bit wider, which is why it's quite a lot of fun to play these coin poker tables. So we're gonna defend the 8-4 suited. We see a small c-bet. Gonna just call. Not much else to do. You can raise some of your lower pairs, but I would like to have a vector straight, a vector flush, something along those lines. Goes check check, which is great. And going to just check, trying to win that showdown. We'll lose against the 7 though. Let's go over to table 3. We squeezed, we see with the flop, we turn top pair, we double barrel, and we just take it down. Just some merit in checking, letting him bluff, but I think on the ace, he's gonna fold a lot, and his draws are still going to call, his jack X is still going to call. Don't mind just firing out a double barrel there myself. It says doing good, been getting crushed at the tables though, will come back stronger. Yeah, don't let it don't let this stop you, man. Like, sometimes you just happens, you know, nothing really you can do, where you just run a bit bad, unlucky. And the important part is, you know, take some time off, study a little bit, but then just put in the volume, and sooner or later you'll finish and you'll be on the other side with hopefully a with an upswing. Alright, ace 3, table 1, we have a limper or a guy who posted, I guess. And he didn't re-raise, so we might just re-raise, trying to take out down the blind spree. We also have now table 6 with another recreational that hasn't recognized it yet. The guy before me ISO, so we're just gonna fold. And table 2 we have the kings going to 3-bet against the EP open. See if we can get some action with kings. I will just take it down. Let me see if table 6 now should be this one over here. Fish just left, which is unfortunate, but we'll still stay on the table for a little bit. I have a few folds. Table 5 with a hand against an open raise on the cutoff. We could throw in a 3-bet occasionally, but I think mainly we're just gonna call with a suited king. And against this small bet, this is close. If he's range betting for a third, think we're just folding though. Maybe button we call. Maybe on a bit more of a disconnected board we can call, but I think here we do just fold. Table 2, we're going to double barrel the ace queen after we hit the ace. And on table 4 we get 4-bet, so we just 3-bet, so we just have to fold. We've one special table over there. Special table just means that whoever wins the hand has to show the hand, which is quite a nice feature. Get to level your opponent, you see if they are bluffing or not in certain lines. Really cool feature. I mean, I just pick whatever tables we're running, but yeah, just one of these special tables running right at the moment. It's a really cool thing that Coin Poker is doing. I enjoy it quite a lot. Kind of get to see whether your assumption that, you know, I've put this under over bluffed is correct or not. So definitely a cool feature. Small blind player, short stack, could be a recreational, I will see. We flop second pair, top kicker against the recreational. Here I'm gonna c-bet small. I want to get some protection from overcards, but I want him to call still with his ace highs, so that when we hit the ace, we get to cool his ace x hands when we make 2 pair. And here we defend the blind with blind. He checks it over to me. Gonna take a small stab here with my second pair. Could also check back. And we get check raised, which is interesting. Can definitely have a king. We block 6s. We don't block king 6 suited. Just gonna call one. And then if we don't pick up equity, probably with the fold if you see another barrel. It's not like there's a lot of draws out there, so I'm not loving this. Seeing the check raise here. We just hope he checks and we somehow improve, but I guess we're just mainly gonna see a barrel. Although if he has a hand like king, queen, king, jack, he probably is just going to check. But if he has bluffs, this is like a nice scare card. He can check raise ace 3, ace 4 suited maybe. Yeah, we see the overbet, which is out. On table 3, I'm going for the large today c-bet. Check back the flop, gonna check back a lot here, even with overpair still, and trying to represent the queen, ace queen, king queen. All of those hands gonna be part of our range. And we do take it down. Table 2 against the same player. We got a playable hand. He opens the 3.5x. I think this is his standard size. I've seen it for a few times now. So we're still going to 3-bet. Also gonna open here, see if these guys are attacking enough or not. It's kind of like a min-raise pot here, and then this other guy overcalled, so I just thought like, well, for one more big blind, let's see a flop. They could both be recreationals, so like, why not? You'd probably call King 7 on the ace. Yeah, if it were ace 9-3, I would call, but I think on ace 10, we just have to fold. When it's double Broadway. But yeah, would need to check this, but I'd assume so. So we just called one against a small c-bet, hoping to check it down against some ace high, weaker 4x. But if we see another barrel, we just fold, and now we get to see what kind of hand he has there. Ace 7, bit of a mergy double barrel. And then we don't have any other hands at the moment. With ace 3 now against the same recreational from the hijack, we see a 3-bet, so we just have to fold. Not really the hand we want to call 4-bet. It's just a bit too weak. No hands at the moment. This guy donks out large in a 3-bet pot. It's interesting because this is going to be this is special table, so we get to see what kind of hand he shows up with. Donking out, so he donks large with an underpair. Definitely going to take a note on that. Donk large underpair in 3-bet pot, out of position. Right. I just want to know the next time we're in his shoes. Should we call? Should we raise? Is this nutted or not? No other hands at the moment. And speaking of no hands, we got the aces on table 5, one of the outer tables. Going to open raise. This table is full of racks, which is not great, and everybody just folds. Boo, boring, boring. Why, guys? Just got aces, you can't just fold. We got 6s, almost as good as aces, maybe. We'll see. We get a flat call from the button. And big blind is a recreational who squeezes really, really small. I mean, we just get the pot odds to call. Not gonna re-raise, not gonna do anything else. This could be some players are really strong, some players are weak there. Obviously, I'm happy it's not like 12 big blinds. But we just hope we hit a set, and otherwise it's kind of tough to do much, especially on a board like this one. If he checks, we're just happy to see a turn for free, potentially. Just gonna check back. Not gonna bluff 6s multi-way there on the board. That's so good for the big blind. Don't see too many hands that fold. Button checks back too. You could still have some queen X hands. Turn he goes small delay. Yes, sometimes we're ahead of ace, king, king, jack, but you can have like ace 10, pocket jacks here, queens, kind of trying to get something. We still have to worry about this guy behind, so we're just gonna fold here. And he did it with ace 10, right? Makes a lot of sense, squeezing and then checking the flop and going for the small delay bet. It's just tough to kind of do something with 6s. If we know for certain that he's weak, you could potentially raise, but it's quite a risky play. Table 5 here, we see bet check back turn. We see a half pot bet. It's not great having the 10. We block some bluffs, but there's still plenty of hands that he could have here. And yeah, we don't need to win always, just win sometimes. So just have to flick in the call there with second pair. JR asks which stakes do I play normally. Normally I play stakes like 500 as my average stake, sometimes 200, sometimes 1k, depends on the time of the day and which tables are running that I can find. Table 1, we went for the 3-bet and got a cold call from the big blind who just joined. which I would say is usually a bit wide, splashy. We see the snap min raise. Tempting to float one here, to be honest, in position against for those pot odds, and potentially steal it on later streets. Could be super nutted, could be just a complete bluff, but if he check raises checks, we might have a chance to do something. I still think this could be whatever, but at this point we just can continue with our stronger hands. On the flop we just have almost the odds to hit a flush draw or a pair. It's 5 deuce, so really loose, but this time he hit something. Coco 3-bet 5 deuce suited, min check raise. I'll just take some notes again. And table 6 we go for the 3-bet. Which stakes do you play, JR, if you don't mind me asking? Flop top pair in the 3-bet pot, which is always a good start. I think we're just gonna go with a c-bet. You can have ace queen here for sure. Pocket nines that we lose to pocket deuces occasionally. Not too worried. Queen 9 shouldn't really be in his range. I'll just take it down. Table 1 with pocket nines. Open raising from under the gun. I will just take it down. Table 5 again. This hand can mix, sometimes 3-bet, sometimes just fold. This time we're gonna go for a 3-bet. On the low roll. Opponent does call. We don't flop anything, but the board is really, really good for us. So I'm just gonna start with a small range c-bet in position, double Broadway board. Can apply a lot of pressure to all his underpairs right away. Can have jacks, king jack suited. That's the strongest hands, but he does just fold, which is great for us. Table 2 have ace queen, probably also going to 3-bet in late position here, especially now that we see another call. Going to squeeze this up. 14.5 bigs seems good. Take a few seconds and bump it up. If we see action like in terms of a 4-bet, we probably just get out of the way, but call or folds we're both fine with. Now the button should only call or fold, never really re-raise, although you never know. We'll just take it down. And in table 1 we have a blind with blind spot. Open raising the 7-6 suited. Going 3.5x because of the half big blind ante out there. Opponent's in the tank, which is interesting. Expect just fold normally. Okay. Yeah, just here fold. Table 5, we went for loose open with the suited connector. We take it down. No other hands at the moment. Blemmer in the chat, hello, hello, hope you're doing fine. Thanks man, I'm doing fine. How are you doing these days? Are you playing on Coin Poker, by the way? Would be curious to know. Maybe we play sometimes against each other, but I don't think you're playing on Coin Poker, right? To be honest, I also don't play much on Coin Poker. Occasionally, there's no games running. I check the lobbies, and sometimes there's just full regs, but sometimes there's a lot of there's some good tables, some with recreationals and stuff. So yeah, and here we see it getting all in ace king against king 9. Yeah, seems like a cooler. Was not paying attention, or slow roll. Alright. They have been playing for about a year, playing 10NL, 25NL online now. Awesome, man. Same stakes as we are doing with the challenge right now. So, yeah. Hope you're playing. I hope you're enjoying the stream. And are you playing on Coin Poker? Maybe we'll play against each other during the challenge. We have King 10 offsuit twice. See if we can win both times with King 10 offsuit. Flop middle pair against the recreational on table 1. Gonna start with a small c-bet. The other one we just took down the blinds. And here we take it down as well. And then table 5 we went for the 3-bet. And we take it down as well. And that's it with the hands that we have at the moment. Table 6, I'm going to defend the 10-9 suited. We flop a gut shot, an ace-high board with a backdoor flush draw. Is to be careful here, he definitely can't range c-bet. So if he goes for a c-bet, we have a nice candidate to go for a check raise. You can use different check raise strategies here, but I like to go for the large check raise in these ace-high boards. I'm not really check raising a hand like ace-10, ace-9, not even ace-jack really. So I'll kind of say I have, you know, a 2-pair or set here really, or like a draw obviously. And yeah, we have all the offsuit 2 pairs here. We have all the set, well, 7s and 6s, 7-6 suited, maybe even offsuit because the ante. And we can put a lot of pressure to his range right away. We do take it down. See what else we get. Table 4, 9-5 suited. It's a bit loose, but with antes we gotta play loose, so it's defended. But unfortunately that's not our flop. So we're just gonna check fold here. But table 2 we flopped the nuts, and I'm just gonna go for a min bet here on these monotone boards. I think we need to go much larger to get fold equity from a lot of hands that don't contain a pair, don't contain anything. This time obviously we wanted to continue, but didn't get anything. For deuce offsuit going to be too weak. No, I tried it out for some weeks, but I wasn't happy with the tables. Yeah, as I said, like there's not too many tables. Like sometimes it's sometimes there are some good tables, but like afternoons, it's not too much action. It's more a site that you use, like, you know, if you play a couple of sites, I feel like then you can really find some good tables. But otherwise, just as the only site playing on Coin Poker, once you get past 50, 100 NL, you probably don't have enough action. No action with pocket jacks, but to mix it up with other sites, I think it's, you know, can't harm to have Coin Poker open that site and just have a look to see if you find some tables. Like if you find recreationals, I had guys, you know, at 1k just getting it in 2-year pot with 0 equity against my top pair or whatever I had. So yeah, just need to be really patient, try and find a table. There's some good recs too, for sure, because it's a site that a lot of people have access to, so you see names that you know from other sites from back in the days. People that also play higher stakes sometimes drop it down to 500 1k, which is not always ideal, of course, but also fun to get to practice and play against those guys. Hard is also in the chat. How are you doing, my man? How are you doing? Don't get any hands at the moment. It's a bit boring. For week, we're gonna stay patient. Table 3, some action. This is like a min 3 bet into a check raise on the flop, then he checks the turn. Interesting pot. Now button stabs for small sizing, 1/3. Well, this is 30%. Hijack calls 10 pairs on the river, which should really help the hijack. He's gonna have a decent amount of 10x, I believe. But the imposition goes for non-all-in sizing. That's an interesting. I'd really love to see the hands there. But I'm not sure if we get to actually see the hand. No, just a fold. Wow. Crazy hand. And table 6, we defended the big blind against the cutoff, and we see a check back on Jack 7, which is also interesting. Going to check the turn. Don't think he checks back a Jack, but also don't think he checks back air. So like an ace high would make sense. Low pocket pairs, but now he reopens large. Doesn't make too much sense if you check back on this board. Not loving that the turn is a 9, but we're still calling 1. And probably we just have to fold if he fires this river. I mean, tough to see too many bluffs, but he does give up, which is great. And we take this one down. And we get ace king on table 4, guys. We get ace king. See if we can get some action. No action. No action with ace king. No action with aces. No action with ace king. You went for loose open blind to blind. See with the flop turn we're going to check, and then yeah, pretty much just check call with a pair plus a redraw. Hoping to see the check back, obviously. And on the 10 now on the river, now just checking. Trying to win against like an ace high, maybe 5-4, 7-4, that type of hand. Interesting to what we're gonna do if he decides to reopen. Goes for the super make bet. Tempting to just jam it in his face and like ask him, what are you gonna do now? But I feel like whenever people do this, they're kind of asking to get raised. At the same time, I don't really see him checking back. Should we just go for it? Just go for it. To really test his min bet imposition. See if he has the balls to call it down. Just folds. Alright. Alright. Yeah, you shouldn't really open for a small sizing, but to be honest, even against a larger sizing, you can't just go for the raise here. And when he checks back the turn, he's obviously going to be capped there. It's not going to have too many very strong hands. We have pocket jacks on table 3. And we get 3-bet. In very tight formations, which isn't ideal, but I think we're still just going to call. We see a cold 4-bet now, which is out. Wow. Open from under the gun +1, under the gun 3-bets, and then MP goes for the cold 4-bet. Really, really strong ranges. And we don't see what he had, but yeah. No surprise that they just folded. JR asks, who would you say had a better Rexy at 25 NL? To be honest, I don't really know. I only play for the challenge. So yeah. I don't have any sample. I don't really pay too much attention to the other Rex. There's nobody really who stood out who like did any, you know, aggressive play. And even if I saw a play, I probably don't remember the name. But I will have a look now. And if we see something, if I see something, then maybe a few Rex that are gonna stand out, and I'll let you know. But I don't know now on top of my head. Table 4 with the king 10 suited. Hart says I'm doing great, just came back from the sea and small nap, and boom, I see her stream. Yeah, being in the sun is nice, but it's usually really tiring, at least for me. Like whenever I come back, being outside, either in the sun, at the beach, or in on the mountains, whatever. Not a cold forward spot. I just it's really tiring. But yeah, good to have you here on stream and hope you enjoyed it. Let me check the YouTube chat. Don't think anybody is really on YouTube, but just in case. All in on table 1, ace king against kings, and kings wins the first one. Looks like it's gonna win the second one, which is great news for us, because this is the potential recreational, at least playing from his phone. So we don't mind if he chips up. Now we just need to get some hands. I have 2 more tables on the outside, which I think is a little too much. So it's here with a recreational, so maybe we'll leave this one and see that the other one that really looks like just regulars. Making a somewhat loose defend, but he went for a small open raise size with antis out there. Again, people checking backboards that are like very easy range checks. We have a gut shot now, but I'm a bit suspicious people checking back. But I'm saying, damn, I love that jam with the 7-6. Yeah, sometimes you gotta just you know, tell these regs at 25 and L they can't just reopen for 2 big blinds. I mean, maybe against some other regs, but come on, that's not really what we do here. That's not what we do here. Gotta punish them, even though, you know, probably never bluffs, but you know, probably never calls. If he calls, then we're screwed. But hey, we're here to find out who has the balls to call down or not, and then afterwards we'll know. Maybe next time he's gonna call us. Maybe he sees the stream. But yeah, no hands, guys. 7-4 suited, the best hand that we have at the moment. We're gonna play it if it folds around to us. Which it does, so we can open raise here. We get 3-bet unfortunate, and we're 3-betting over, on table 1 against the MP. Actually against hijack this is. Under the gun, I mean. Can't talk. Oh, we take it down. Table 2, we went for loose 3-bet. Again here in coin poker with the ante you're gonna 3-bet a little wider, and a decent board for our range. These 10-9 boards going for a 40% c-bet. Obviously you have the flush draw as well. Let me do just take it down. And no other hands at the moment. Not too many interesting pots, just like open raising, folding to 3-bets, 3-betting, and then c-betting, taking it down. Quite standard stuff, it seems. Didn't really have any big decisions. Weren't really, you know, about to bluff somebody on the river for a big pot. I don't think we ever got to the turn in any hand, to be honest. I might switch one table, which table looks a bit boring. Let's switch table 2. Here we have a potential table that's a bit more interesting. So this is nope, not this one. Sorry guys, 1 second. It's not showing up. The new table. Is it this one? No, where is it? This one, nope, must not. They all have the same name, but then the right one is still not there. Alright, just give me a sec. I meant this table here, table 2. Nope. Not sure. OBS doesn't seem to find the right table. Yeah, not sure why. But let's go with the table 6 where if the pocket jacks. And we're going to 3-bet against MP. I see a call, another 10-9 board. This one is a bit more connected. He can have 6s, 4s, 10s obviously, but we're still going for a c-bet. And just take it down again, guys. Fairly straightforward. Table 3 is a bit more interesting because we 3-bet EP and then the big blind called. Text hahaha in chat. I don't know if that means he misclicked or if that means he meant to call. Could be kind of whatever. Yeah, we're just gonna go half pot here, I think. Decent flop. But maybe he's trying to, you know, pretend like, oh, haha, call with aces. No, he just folds. All right. Probably just a misclick. Oh, we take it. Table 1. Going to 3-bet. We get 4-bet, which is unfortunate. But we're going to call. The sizing is okay. I don't really know this guy. This is a 25 and I'll potentially just a fold. And then he checks on a king high board. I don't want to get check raised here for sure, but I mean we can just check it back and then kind of see what he does on the turn. Like if he has an ace, ace queen, ace jack, he's check calling anyway, so this run out kind of screws me over anyway. It's not like I'm getting ace highs to fold. Now he bets large, like half potish, which is I guess kind of large on a flush completing board. I really struggle to see the bluffs. Maybe he turns jacks into a bluff and then he got me, but I'm just gonna fold this right away. And here's ace jack. Made sense for the flop check, but it's not like if he bet and he's always gonna call ace jack and we lose the pot anyway. He did have a forward bluff, so I think calling king jack was fine. It's just a run out. Kind of unfortunate, but we lost the minimum anyway, so yeah, I think we played it fine. And then here we have another interesting pot. You see bet flop, check check turn, and now it comes to the overbet. I think we have to fold here. Like the queen completes basically all the draws that are out there. So yeah, just going to fold this one, even though we have ace jack. He just has too many 2 pairs. Let me see if I can find table 2 now, which should be this one. Perfect, there we go. We can zoom back out. And no hands at the moment. Jack 8 we could potentially opening if he folds around to us, especially because we have 1 or maybe even 2 recreationals in the blinds. So we're definitely going to open those hands. Make sure to widen your range when you play against recreationals. They 3-bet less, and we get to, you know, play more pots in position, which is always great. Just watch me get 3-bet as I say that, but yeah, even if they defend wider, playing in position is usually a good thing. Get an okay flop. We have nice suits, so let's start out with a little c-bet. Let's start out with a little c-bet. And we get check raised. Don't have enough to continue, so we just have to fold. Table 3, we overcard the big blind. We have overcard Spectre straight or Spectre flush, but he bets quite large. Half pot into 2 opponents. Would be lying if I had studied the defense threshold for this spot, but it seems like it's not enough. Like I need to float this, the other guy to fold, they go check check to then get a potential profitable bluff on the river. Just don't see happening often enough. Like he's not stabbing pocket 5s here multi-way, I don't think. He's just gonna have a strong range, and the other guy is probably uncapped, so I think just getting out of the way, even though we have a gut shot. It's not like we're gonna make tons of money when we hit the 10. He had ace-7, so he was quite out of line, which we'll take a note of. But the other guy just had a hand I can call. And we again have no hands. Yeah. I guess the ace jack we can 3-bet on table 3. Now we just take it down. We have pocket queens on table 6, but no action, unfortunately. And JR asks you, are you playing with a HUD? Yes, I have a HUD running. Not really to use it much, but mainly just to you know, track the hands and track the results for later. And then Hart says 3 Broadway flop or board. Call, check, bet likely under bluff. That's why I fold ace jack there. Yeah, it was also like under the gun +1 against big blind. He called half pot on the flop, or 40% or whatever. Quite tough there to have enough bluffs on this run out. I think he also called flop rather quickly. Don't see too much air. I don't think he's turning bottom pair into a bluff, so just one where, you know, if we're in late position we always call, but in early positions I just don't really see don't see him having sufficient bluffs there. We go for a bluff multi-way. Cheeky one with the 4 deuce, and we do take it down. Half the checks down. And then Hart says also ace high flops are not that over bluff when combined with 3 Broadway run out. Yeah, very spot on. Just at best we're 0v, and you know, as soon as he misses some bluffs, we're probably just better off folding our hands there. But depends a bit on the opponent. You know, there will be some opponents where you just have to call down, because you know ace jack probably the best hand that we could have there in that spot, most of the time at least. We have a hand on table 3 where we open raise from under the gun with ace 6 suited. defend, ace high board. Just fine to range bet here. Our range is gonna be so strong. Big blind's range still somewhat wide. We have backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. If he calls, we're just gonna check back pretty much every turn. That's not a 6. And then bluff catch or value bet on the river, but he just fold. See table 5, potential playable hand if it folds us, which it doesn't. Yeah, not too many interesting hands so far. We're streaming almost an hour, and I feel like, you know, I didn't do more than just c-betting the flop, which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, obviously better than just losing stacks, but would be nice to also have some, you know, more playable hands, some interesting spots. But so far, looks all like we're also not really getting hands, you know, like king 3 offsuit, 8-3 offsuit, 7-6 offsuit. It's not those hands that that we're looking for. So best we're getting is ace-5 offsuit in the hijack, so I guess we're playing it. Again, with the anti-ranges, I think it's even a standard open. Normally this is something you'd open from the cutoff, and with the ante, I think you even open it from the hijack. And we flop top pair, so that's at least something. I think we can just range bet this board really, really decent flop for us, obviously. So we'll do that. A potentially interesting hand developing on table 4. We defend big blind against button, check all the flop, and we turn trips. See a small barrel. This kind of screams like a weak ace. It's thin to raise there for sure, but just seem checking back a bit too much. But if he goes over the top, or raises at some point, you know, he can have king queen, he can have aces, so not too happy. Also not gonna go too large on the river, just block betting now. This gets really, really thin there for sure. But maybe it puts us some 8-9 king x blocker. Like check calling, I don't really like too much either. Yeah, and he raises us now. This is kind of a disaster. What to do? I mean, we should have just checked called the turn, I guess. Yeah, I think it's just a fold. Like a lot of aces, 10s, ace jack might go for this play, inducing. I don't think he bet calls kings on the turn to bluff them now, or, you know, bluff raises ace king now. I think he can just call those hands. So kind of his sizing is either like a trap or an ace, and then again it's an ace. I want to get some more value, but it's, you know, thin to raise and bet the river. It's kind of face up. I'm also going to be capped there, but still should be alright. Don't hate my play. Table 6 we went for a check call, and river we go for a thin block bet. We're gonna run into a better hand here sometimes, but we also win against 7 or 6x. We get some value. Table 2 we call a small 3-bet, and then we should see a small c-bet, but we see a large c-bet, and no shame in just folding second pair with no redraw. Big bet against under the gun on a board that smashes his range. Like, what are we really hoping for here? With ace 10 suited. Hand that we can call or 3-bet. See an open raise from the button. I think I'm just going to 3-bet this here. 13 big blind seems fine. Hoping not to see a 4-bet with this hand, but we just see a fold. And again, we wait for more and more hands. 8-5 suited on table 3, good enough to open raise. Let's sit out this table here, it's really not a good one. Maybe there's some better tables. It's really just all tied regulars today, which is, you know, not bad, but I think you can hope for something better. You can range, but you can also check this back depending on kind of what size and strategy you want to play. Gonna go for the check back this time. And going for the delay c-bet now, even though we don't have anything. Just have to start bluffing some of our air hands here. And the delay c-bet note, we can rep a 10 quite well. Get to fold a lot of his weaker pocket pairs. You know, a hand like queen 3 of diamonds still ahead of us, has some outs. Probably just has to fold. I'll switch this table out. So table 4 now we have, where is it? This one here. Just the other table was breaking, full of regulars. To be honest, this one doesn't look much better, but we defend table 6 and we absolutely break. Goes check check though, but we still don't have anything. I think I'm gonna delay my bluff until the river. See the large delay bet now. Going to fold. Table 4 I'm going to 3-bet in late positions with ace 10 offsuit. We do take it down. Open raising on table 6. Flop, decent flop for us. Gonna go for a small c-bet. I do take it down. Table 5 I'm 3-betting. In early position, so it's actually a bit loose. But we do take it down. And no other hands at the moment. Let me have a look if there's some more tables running. Nope. Not this one. Not this one. Let's just go to the overview. We'll have a look if I can find some tables. Yeah, it doesn't seem too good today, to be honest. But hey, let's keep the tables that we have running at the moment. Ace deuce on table 4. I mean, mainly just defending because we don't get dealt anything better. It's very borderline. Don't hate it. Again, we play it with antis. I think it's ace 3 is the bottom. And we have pocket queens. See if we can get some action today with pocket queens. few more hands here. Defend the big blind. We're gonna call a small c-bet. And we also got ace king on table 4, where we're going for a 3-bet. We just take it down. Also with the queens, we just take it down. So back here to table 3, where we are just checking it down and losing to a top pair. A lot of boring pots where you can't really do much. Going for an aggressive bluff here on table 5 after he checked back in position. Just with all the strong hands he doesn't, so let's put him to the test basically. Table 2 we open and raised again a bit loose, but we flopped a really good flop. Gonna just range c-bet small. Turn is a brick, so we're gonna have some like quote-unquote normal draws to barrel here, but we need to find some air balls as well. I think occasionally we can throw this in as well, and once we get called twice, don't see enough fold equity in the river, so I think I'm just giving up. Table 3 we open raised to get a defend from the big blind. We can bet or we can check back. Don't hate just checking back on this flop. It's a board where we have to protect our check back range, and occasionally finding a check back with the top pair is fine. Heart says you never look like 26, I'll give you 21. Thank you. Try to stay young. I guess. No, just joking. I'll take it as a compliment. Turn here. Just calling when you see a large bet. Obviously we have top pair with a redraw, and river, as long as he doesn't overbet, we're also calling. If he overbet, it gets a bit more dicey. Still a 6-7, missed diamond draws. Maybe perceives us to be weak after we check back the flop. Obviously he has sets and 2 pairs and all of those. He goes 67 again, I think, which is a very, very clear call. Not gonna do much else there. We lose against deuces. It happens, it happens. I think we just, once we check back the flop, we just kind of have to call down on such a, safe run out. And sometimes he will have us beat. We have one more outer table, which I might switch in. Let's see, which one could we move out here. And here we have fish joining on table 4, which is good. So maybe I'll switch it in. Actually, yeah, I'll switch it in for table 5. And let me see, table 5 is now this, no, not this one, this one, perfect. All right, here we have a recreational in the small blind, potential recreational in the small blind, let's say. How old are you, Hart, by the way, if you don't mind sharing? Actually don't know. Maybe we need to change the tunes and find something a bit more upbeat. If anyone has a nice playlist, feel free to share it in the chat. Just don't DDoS me with some weird link, but feel free to share if you have a good playlist. Maybe that's what's needed to, get something going. It's not like I need to win all the pots, but at least get some interesting spots going. To feel like at the moment I'm just folding everywhere. Definitely playing loose today, but I think if people are playing a little bit nittier and there's more dead money out there with the ante, that's the kind of adjustment you should be making. you know, I obviously might overdo it in some spots. Yeah, no hands, also table 5, table 6, just waiting, guys. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Otherwise, you just need to wait with me until we flop something. I got some time today, so probably can do another hour or so. What, 45 minutes, let's say. But yeah, table 1, going to 3-bet blindy blind here. Bottom of your calling range, kind of polarized 3-bet blindy blinds are quite typical. I would do take it down, which is good. And we got pocket jacks. Now we actually have a hand. It's always fun to 3-bet a lot of trash and then finally getting a hand and people start playing back at you. So let's hope that's the moment. See an open raise from, what's this now, button, cut off, hijack, under the gun, basically. And we're gonna bump this up. Make it 11.5. Seems fair. Now we just take it down. Table 3, again c-bet or check, both are fine. I like going for the large c-bet, so gonna find the check here this time with this hand. We turn a flush draw and a gut shot. Yeah, compliment, of course. Nah, I was joking, I know. Thanks. Thank you. He checks again. After a while, we could occasionally check this back, but I think we're just gonna bet here. We're not gonna have the top of our range too often. I mean, yeah, kind of all sizings are fine there. Small, medium, even an overbet if we have ace 10, 10, 9 would make sense. Do get a call and we get an interesting river. We have a lot of flush draws that don't have a pair. So maybe we do just check back on 9-8, but we're obviously basically never winning. He leads out small, which I don't think is a thing. I mean, actually, it's probably a thing. He's gonna have a 10x advantage. My hand just folds here, though. I'm not really into bluff raising, trying to get him off a 10. I don't see him like check calling and now leading out a missed ace-high flush draw. I think people just check forward those. Table 1, it's a weird spot. This guy led multi-way, continues leading on the turn for larger. Just going to fold. Table, has the nuts. What a surprise. Cannot call table 4 with the recreational behind. This is like an indifferent hand, but with a recreational behind, I don't mind calling this. He does fold, and that's just the downside, right? We just invest a lot and mainly just have to check forward, but hey. He checks though, which is even more interesting. Allows us one more chance, or gives us one more chance to hit a set on the turn. Not gonna start bluffing into a range that, you know, doesn't really have any check folds. So just gonna check, and if he checks again, we could consider like betting turn to jam river, trying to get him off kings and queens, but not the biggest fan there. I would prefer a hand like 10-9, at least having some equity, better blockers. I think we're just gonna check this twice. Although, yeah, we could start bluffing. And now queens gets there, kings gets there. Like, what is he squeezing here that check folds the river? Pocket nines. It's like the one hand. Yeah, he just looks, so we just fold. Like his range is so strong on a flop like this one. We already kind of exploited him by getting to see all all 5 cards and potentially improving or hitting or getting to bluffing. But I think in this round we just have to you know, not fall for it and just check it down. Let's see. Table 6 we went for loose 3-bet because this guy was posting some extra dead money. Gonna go for a small c-bet. There's some nice turns that we could potentially barrel on, but obviously we prefer to just take it down right away. You can have 8s, deuces, maybe ace queen, king queen. Obviously he does call. We turn an open ender. Gonna fire this turn. And probably jam the river on a lot of bricks, to be honest. With 5 high, not really looking to. Show down. He's in the tank. Hopefully we don't get raised. You see a call, you see a 10 on the river. We're gonna be all in here, guys. Not sure what the tank on the turn means, but not too unhappy about it. And yeah, take a few seconds. It's not the best. I'd rather have ace king blocking his queen x hands, but tough to see too many bluffs there apart from ace king. So we just hope he folds a queen at this point, which is tough, making people fold top pair, but it's a slight overbet still. Obviously shown a lot of strength. The benefit of betting a hand like this one is obviously to just get a hand like ace jack of spades to fold. But doesn't seem like he has one of those, otherwise he would have probably folded already. So we really hope for a kind of hero fold at this point. Smaller, like 75 is also okay. But I think if we have an overpair, it's good enough. He only really improves to queen 10, which, you know, he maybe even folds pre-flop, so I don't mind just jamming my ace queen and better here still on river, even though it seems thin. And I expect a last second call, to be honest. Yeah, ace queen is in the tank with that hand. Unfortunate, but I don't mind going for it. Here we 3-bet, c-bet the flop, going for the half pot double barrel on the turn. We take it down. That was a big one. Would definitely have helped if we take it down. We could have checked turn. I mean, giving up river at 5 high, to be honest, I'm not that type of guy. Even though, you know, ace king, as I said, potentially has better blockers. But, you know, he was tanking until the last second with, you know, pretty much top of his range. So I'm still happy with the bluff, just didn't work out this time. Maybe tomorrow he has the... Maybe another day he would have folded, maybe another guy would have folded. I like the fact that we were deeper. I think people don't like calling down as much for more than 100 bigs, so that definitely helped. But yeah, sometimes we just gotta lose. No hands at the moment. Apart from that, obviously the 3-bet pre-flop was a bit loose, but you know, we gotta go for it sometimes. We have queens now, so maybe we can get our image is gonna help us to get paid. Going to 3-bet. with my queens. We see a 4-bet, we're just gonna jam it here in late positions. We just see a fold though, which is frustrating. After all the 3-betting we're doing, if we finally get a hand and we still get a fold, it's not great. Table 1 with a playable hand. We just open raise, take it down. And no more hands. Just waiting to get dealt some hands somewhere. With pocket kings, guys. On the same table where we just lost a big pot. So let's see if we can get some action there. Maybe from a kind of small blind, from the kind of big blind. But looks like we're just getting 2 folds. We get a call, get a low board, disconnected. We could check back kings here occasionally, but I think with our image we just want to bet this. Not a horrible board. For a range we can bid, you know, even ace king and such for value. Get a call, we see a 9 on the turn, he improves to 9-7 suited, that's about it. So we're definitely gonna continue betting. Could go pot size, could go over bet. I think on double flush actually. With an overpair, let's just size up. He's gonna have a lot of hands that are inelastic. But he does fold. Table 4 we have, oh sorry, table 5 we can we go for an overbet here even? Can we go for an overbet here? Is it too thin? Ace 10 we lose to, ace 4 we lose to, but that's about it. I gotta go for the overbet here. He was check flop and then really lay bet and overbet the river. We have a lot of perceived bluffs there. I'll misdraws, so I think an ace is probably just gonna call down. Jack 10 suited on the same table. We're going to open raise. Just take it down. Ace queen here on table 5 again. Always same table. Getting some hands. Calling against 3 bets or 4 betting. Both options are fine. We just take it down. King to suited, opening from the button on table 1, taking it down. Seems quite nitty the games today. At least it feels like, you know, the only action we're getting is from top pair to top kicker, tanking until the very last second before they call. People just folding a lot pre-flop. Get a 3-bet here. Get call, could 4-bet. Don't mind taking the aggressive route and just 4-betting this hand here. Hoping obviously to get a fold. But we do see a call, see a low flop. Fairly decent for me with the backdoors. Gonna go for B40 bet here. He called relatively quickly, but if he has like a king queen here, I think we should fold it out. Ace jack, he's probably supposed to still call. He does call relatively quickly. The turn helps him a lot more than it helps us. And we also don't block the 10x hands. So I think we're just gonna check and give this up. So we'll check with my overpairs here. Not loving this spot with my overpairs for sure. And if he goes for bet, we just have a fold, obviously. Not really much we can do. Diamond run out. I think this is one of the spots where actually just giving up is the best. We lose to some better, like ace king, ace queen occasionally, but we just don't really rep anything. I'm not sure whether or not this matters too much. But like we only fold out clubs to block hearts here. I think this is not the spot to go for it. We lose the pocket nines. Well played by him. Flop call and then just checking it down. But I think a hand like this, we're gonna get stationed a lot. Just, you know, are perceived to have so many ace king type of hands. I think this is not the spot to go for it. Table 2 we are 3-betting. And then look at this guys. Table 4 we defended small 3-bet. Oh, we flop a set. Bottom set. 150 big bets deep as well. To be honest, if all the money goes in, this is even scary. He starts out with half pot. Gonna raise this up. Around like 4x. But yeah. I mean, if we get cooled here for 150 bigs against a better set, so be it. He just folds right away on this flop, which is unfortunate, a bit surprising. You know, his ace king, we should still continue. Queen x obviously not really fold. But yeah, we kind of have to try him. Don't think checking. I'll just check calling and hoping he blasts off is the best option here. I'll just go for a check raise and hope he has a top pair or an overpair. We have a few hands now. King jack suited, ace 9 off, ace queen on the outer table. Let's see if we can get some action. Everybody tanking pre-flop, which is slightly annoying, not gonna lie. I'm not sure why they're doing this. Like, sure, a little bit of tanking to not give anything away is fine, but don't really need to tank unnecessarily. On table 6, we're going to 3-bet the ace queen off. Don't want to see a 4-bet, just see a fold. And again, we have no hands. The queen 9 we open to get a large 3-bet, we just have to fold. Guy's ace king. Special table is really nice, just because you get to see how people are playing, and so far I'm not seeing any bluffs, to be honest. Which is a bit alarming, but okay. Might just be an easy table. Table 1 we defend the 6 is blind to blind, could also 3-bet sometimes. And when it checks to me, I think I'm just going to check back. And table 5, we're going to defend a 3-bet with the king jack suited. Let's see if we can flop something. 2 overs in the back door is something, but it's definitely not the best. Interesting table 1, you see the delay pot bet. think I'm just going to fold this. This is not what I'm supposed to do, but it's queen 6. Nice bluff. Nice bluff. Nice bluff. And table 5, we see the large c-bet. Now we actually have some hands. I'm just gonna fold against the large c-bet, guys. My hand is close, so I don't mind just folding. Table 3, we called a 3-bet. We went for a small step, and look at this beautiful turn, guys. Look at this beautiful turn. Wow. And he leads out for min bet, which is weird. I mean, we're just gonna continue large. Maybe not larger than pot though. Yeah, pot seems good though. Want his flush draws to call when we have a boat. He does call, rivers a brick. We lose to queens, we lose to jacks now, which is a hand he could definitely have. But we're still jamming, kind of wrapping the missed draws. If he has queen jack and overpair, I don't think he's folding. Going small, I don't really like. I don't think he's raising over the top. This is the time to go back to even, guys. So we have some time bank. Nice. Yeah, mainly just bluffing our missed draws there that we should have plenty of, especially in our perceived range. We get a snap call, which is not always good news. This time it is good news against the aces, guys. So we pick up a stack there. It's good to wait. Sometimes you just have to wait around, turn a set in a 3-way pot. Obviously, very, very lucky, very, very fortunate there. But that's how it is, how it goes in poker sometimes. Don't overextend and then wait for the time that we're getting lucky and try and get the max, which we did, which is great. And yeah, we're back to no hands. There are a few hands at the moment that I didn't show. One 4-bet pot where we had to fold on the flop, so a spot where we lost a little bit. Another 3-bet pot that we took down though, with the delay c-bet, which is good. And now on table 6, we're 3-betting the 6s against the button. So a few hands. We get 4-bet again, going to call. This is the same guy that we lost the 4-bet pair against, so goes for another 4-bet. Pocket 6s, just gonna be a call. Low board. This is one where we just kind of have to go broke for 100 bigs, which is not ideal. Let's see what he does. But yeah, if he bets, I think we just ram this. We just ship this in. And you know, can I get it in against flush or get it in against ace king? And if he's a better pair, so be it. But he does fold, so that's great. And table 1, I'm going for the delay bluff. We see bet flop, check, check, turn. I'm going to bluff the river now. Not loving this spot, but just getting to fold some ace high hands, maybe a queen, maybe an under pair. I think is fine, and good to take down the 4-bet pot there. We open the ace 8, we take it down. A few pots going our way, so that's great. Yeah, we just deny a lot of equity with a jam there, and if he has an overpair, you know, so be it. He has a speed. There's not too much we can do. Table 1 with 3-bet. Could have also just called, but we take it down. Table 6, now action is ramping up there. We get 3-bet. It's a bit loose, but hey, let's call this. It's a nice hand to call out of position, but that's not a nice flop. That's not a nice flop. I just have to fold. Table 5, we're going for the 3-bet. Blindy blind. Guy's in the tank. The guy is in the tank. Right, nearing the end of the stream, I'm gonna play a few more orbits. While this guy is tanking, let's switch over to aces. He did just fold in the end. And we get an open raise, which is good. We see another flat call, which is great news. Gonna put in the squeeze here with aces. And hopefully our image is finally going to pay off. We've been playing super aggressive, super loose this session so far. We get a call, which is great. And we get 2 calls, which is almost scary. This board we can definitely be behind sometimes, but gonna be tough to get away as well. Gonna start off with a check though. Not a board where most of my range is doing too well. And if either player checks, we can call or raise. Obviously, you don't mind it checking around when we have aces, but specifically. Now the question is, what do we do? Do we call or do we raise? I think I'm just gonna call. Like we're really invincible with aces here, although I don't really see him just blasting off. He does check back. We don't get an ideal river. And we're all in on table 5 as well after we get raised on the flop. I think here I'm just block betting. And we get called on the river from aces. Wow. That's unfortunate. Flat calls pre against our 3-bet. Min raises the flop. Kind of have to call. But we get called on table 2 with aces. Should have the best hand. I think jamming on a 3 to a straight is a bit too thin. And table 1 is interesting. We've got check raised. Turn is a check. And then he bets large on the river. I think I'm going to call this. I'm sure if he has a 2-pair set and slow played it on a turn, that's fine, but there's still a lot of misdraws. So we're going to call this, and we run into the ace-4 check raise without anything. So this guy definitely recreational, but he got us good there this time. So we lost a stack there with aces on table 5. We had 5 high on the river, guys. Don't think there's much we can do once he checks back the turn and we get the river with 5 high in a 3-bet pot. We could have blocked bet bluffed as well, but I think just going for all of it normally should work out fine. And then table 2 we check back the flop, we call a half pot on a turn, and the river is really brickish. So I'm gonna be tempted to call down there too. He does check though. And he went. Yeah. Tempted to go for value here against like. Does he really check a queen on this run out? They're going half pot on the turn. Gonna go for thin value here, guys. He might bet a weaker jack on a turn, might river like a 5-6. And there's a lot of misdraws. He does just fold though, which I expect most of the time, but it's just hard to, hard to believe that we beat this one out. Bit of a swingy session now. We lost that stack there. Definitely gonna take a note. Flats, ace, ace, pre, button versus small blind. It's something he should do, but just a lot of players don't really do that. So I didn't really expect it. And then also he raises and then checks back on a double flush draw board, which I thought was a bit more kept than it was in reality. So well played by our opponent. And after taking down the ace 10, we pick up the queen, so table 1, but we just take it down. Boo. Boring, boring. Back to table 6, where we have the ace queen suited. boring session at the beginning, but quite some action now towards the end. At least something is good, although I think we're still down after all those hands. Table 1, we have a playable hand, the ace 10 off, open raising from another gun, into probably a recreational in the big blind, short stack guy. We get 3-bet though, we just have to fold. His ace king. Yeah, I didn't really see a light 3-bet so far. I think we're the only ones 3-betting light, maybe a bit too light, to be honest. Ace 8, we see an open raise, we see a call, we're going to squeeze here. With a bit of a linear hand against two opponents, so again just take it down. We have pocket deuces with under the gun posting, I guess, which is interesting. If it folds around, do we want to overcall? Do we want to ISO raise? I think now we just call in position, expecting the other guy to mainly just continue by calling or folding. And we flop bottom set, guys. 100 big blinds deep against maybe a check in 4-bet, but after missing on ace king. That's the guy from earlier. So his checks were kind of face up, which is not great. We're still going for a large bet here. Like, we're not stabbing a 10 here. It's not stabbing a deuce. Most of our ace-x are checking back. So if we stab here, we're going for a large bet. And we see a quick call and a brick on the turn. So we're gonna continue betting for, you know, a very polarized sizing. I continue just stabbing for pot. And hope he has an ace that he can fold, maybe pair plus a draw, like 10x of diamonds. And then we pray for the clean river. Obviously we have plenty of draws in a perceived range here. 4, 5, you know, both the flush draws, 9, 8, like this turn is a brick with infinite amount of bluffs, really infinite amount of bluffs there. But unfortunately just does fold. And yeah, and now we have the a7 off. I just fold. Table 4. Can check back, we can see bet. Let's see bet this time. Take it down. Table 3, we open raise king queen off, take it down. And table 5, we open raise ace queen off. Sorry, ace queen suited. Yeah, gonna end the stream in about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna play a few more hands. Let's see if we can get some interesting ones going. But I think it was quite a nice stream. And we get 3-bet. Going to just call. Could 4-bet as well here occasionally. But I think my hand plays quite well in the calling line. Flop top pair. Obviously we lose two aces, kings and ace king. We see a small c-bet. You can even raise here, but I think standard line is to just call. And then if he checks back, we know we usually have the nuts. So we call here. Turns a 5, which gives him one combo of ace-5 suited. Really not much more because we just mainly block it. But he does continue barreling, which yeah, we still have a value chopper, so a very, very easy call. But if he fires the third barrel on the river, we're not loving life. So we really just hope he shuts down on the river. The 4, you know, ace 4 gets there. I don't think he bets that on the turn, otherwise it just helps us. And we see the jam. This is rough, guys. This is rough. In the meantime, I'm also going for a big overbet here in table 3 after ripping the nuts. Let's see what this guy does. And to be honest, the ace queen. He just folds. I think I should just fold here. Like, yes, on the top of my range. I can have ace 5. I can have ace 4. I can have ace king myself occasionally. Pocket 5s. So it's not like we're in the super top of our range. And like, is he just taking king, queen, jack and just blasting it absolute through here? He's betting every street fairly quickly as if he had an easy decision. I think against most opponents, unless you know that they're really aggressive, you just want to fold in your spots and save yourself 60 bigs. Well done to our opponent if he did bluff us, but this is not the spot. Ace high board, 3-bet pot, tight positions where, you know, an average 25 in a reg is going to find sufficient bluffs. So, and we have a bluff catcher, guys. So we just gotta fold this. The rule 1, defending the 7s multi-way and just breaking the flop. Small c-bet, but enough to make us fold, I believe, even just because this was multi-way. And the opponent aces, so we dodged one there. Yeah, gonna sit out next big blind, guys, but I'm gonna show you the session results before we end the stream, so don't worry. Don't think we managed to turn this one around, but maybe with rake back, it wasn't all that bad. Table 6, we open raised, we get flat caught by the small blind. We flop top 2, so that's something. Gonna start with a medium-ish c-bet here. Could also occasionally check back top 2. Turn is a queen, which, you know, queen 10 gets there, that's about it. So fairly brickish, but brings in a lot of draws. Gonna pair pot, don't want to super polarize on the overcard. Still want to bet like a 10 occasionally, or some of my turned queen X hands. But he does this fold. And ace 9 now. Gonna open raise